Now more than ever, it's important for you and your family to enjoy the spaces you're in most often. Visit FergusonShowrooms.com to shop online or schedule a personalized consultation to meet with our experts at your local Ferguson Bath, Kitchen, and Lighting Gallery. Together, we'll help you make the most of home and create a space you'll love to live in. Get started on your project and discover extraordinary products like the Quartz Luxe Undermount Kitchen Sink from LK.
Thank you, everybody, for being here. As usual, I do appreciate you. If you're just listening in Audible, we're about to have a great time. I'm excited about the meetings today and tomorrow because they're both, in a sense, customer feedback. And it gives me an opportunity to say a lot of things. So I'm going to try to rapidly cover a few things, and then maybe we can all learn from it from a super duper level of where we're going to. If I had a theme for this meeting, it would be know your plan and don't be offended. If I had a theme, know your plan and don't be offended. Let's start off with the offense. There's no reason for anything to offend you. It just isn't. It's not. Now, easier said than done sometimes, but not, not as often as we would like to admit that it's easier said than done. We love to say that, right? That's a cop-out. Hey, it's easier said than done, but that's we use that.
Everything's easier said than done.
yeah, definitely, without a doubt. I want you to understand. I want to teach you something. What I'm doing is different from what most companies have done. Not that I'm unique. I'm on a different model. I'm on a model that puts people out of business. I'm not on a model that people are accustomed to seeing. So let's see if we can break that down. Anytime you get feedback or anytime you do something, you must respect. So let me break that down even more. Anytime you get feedback is easy, but anytime you have an idea, you yourself, you must respect that idea is coming from somewhere you're comparing something to, whatever that is. It doesn't matter. Like none of us are good job, Law, with the mask. None of us, I'm just going to compliment people wearing masks. I'm just going to reverse that energy we was talking about earlier. Just, you got a mask? Good job. I like your mask. I'll just do that. But everything, most of the time we're comparing when we don't even know. If I say this is good, that's good in itself is a comparison verb, right? It's good compared to what? That being said, we are a disruptive company. Now, let me break this down to you of what disruptive company is. It was first coined by the Harvard business scholar, Clayton Christensen. Deanna, look that book up for me. I know I mention it all the time, but I want people to see it on the screen. And then you can also post it in the chat. Clayton Christensen, back in the 90s, Innovator's Dilemma was the first person to recognize why big businesses lose their grip to small businesses all the time. And it's been happening. It didn't just start happening. You may have just started noticing it with Netflix put Blockbuster out of business, or when Uber messed up the cab company, even though even most scholars wouldn't call Uber a disruptive company. As a matter of fact, if Uber was that disruptive, then Uber wouldn't be affected that much by COVID-19. That says something in itself. One of the things you got to do with being disruptive is invent a whole new technology. You got to invent a whole new technology, okay? That's one of the things. Uber didn't invent a whole new technology. They invented a better way to do something, which you can kind of put them in. Go ahead and share your screen, y'all. You can kind of put them in as a disruptive company. That's semantics, but anywho. The microchip disrupted something. The digital camera disrupted Kodak. All sorts of stuff. So here's the book. Oh, you on my account, huh? That's right. You only use my account. I'm tripping because I saw you. I was like, "Oh, you bought the book." All right, so you can see I bought the book. I know. Go ahead, say something. I forgot. I forgot. So obviously, I purchased this book December 23rd, 2015. So there you go. I purchased it then, and I'm a big fan of the book. It's a fantastic book. The revolution of book that would change the way you do business. Now you can stop sharing your screen. Classic bestseller. It's fantastic. It's just fantastic. I'm going to sum this book up plus my experience, and I'm going to give you a few steps. Number one. No, excuse me. Let me tell you what I'm doing. I'm building a disruptive company. I want to tell you how to do it too, because the only companies that will last in the information age are disruptive. It's the truth. Your best bet to be successful is to be disruptive. Now, how do you build a disruptive company? Number one, you invent a new technology, or at least a new way to do something old. So what is ATS's new technology? This is where it gets, this is what I typically hold, I just don't mention often. We are not whatever you think that we are. We're disrupting the college and universities. I'm not disrupting anything else. Colleges and universities. I added in seminars. I have to say seminars, okay? I have to say seminars because it wasn't motivational speaking. It was anybody who's doing seminars. Why did I do that? Did I just add it in? No, because you hear me say this all the time, the only things keeping oral presentation alive are church, colleges and universities, and seminars. It's the only places it exists. It doesn't exist anywhere else. So where one person stands and a group of people sit in auditorium seating or maybe even just stack seating and listen. That is pretty much dead if it wasn't for those three areas. Oral learning is as alive as ever. That's how we pass down medicine. Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep, right? That's oral learning. It's oral tradition. That's never going away. Human beings learn that way and tell stories. That's how we learn. That's how Phil learned to pick Susan or to get picked by Susan. Hey, don't be stupid when you see a good woman, right? It's just oral learning. You understand what I'm saying? It's just one of those things that happen. However, the idea of one sitting and people taking notes and pay attention and not being involved in the learning process, it's dead. It's dead. It's dead. I'm telling you right now that colleges and universities are already out of business. I've been saying it though, they're out of business. That you will see a major disruption. You will see more businesses require no degrees because they're irrelevant. Colleges bled that system so long and overcharge people. It's irrelevant. So you build a new technology. So what we are is we are open source learning. How soon colleges can get bailouts because they're tied into the government. So what's going to be funny about how soon is it can last, I would say 15 years before they start panicking, but the internal panic is right now. They're already panicking. But when mainstream catches on to it and start changing their narrative, once you see the media change their narrative, that's when something is already bad because the media is only owned by 8 people. All media companies are owned by 8 people and they all have scripts that they read. We're open source learning. What that means is I invented a new way to have the students determine the learning agendas and the learning style, as well as some other stuff that we'll cover at another call. That's what we did. So we basically, when other people would charge $20,000 for coaching. You ever heard that before? Which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I could put you out of business at $59.99. I could do the same thing that blank blank does for $59.99. The same thing. And it's better, faster, more content, more everything. So that's the new technology. It's not me bragging. I'm just explaining to you number one. Now, after you invent a new technology, you go after customers no one wants. This is the most important. That's number two. The most important thing about this is you don't go after the customers. And this is where most feedback comes from. I'm going to break it down in a second. You go after customers no one wants. That's where you build your fan base. You build a cult following from people no one wants. As far as I'm concerned, ladies and gentlemen, I've never, ever had a meeting that's more powerful than what I want to have today. Okay, thanks to Phil, who allowed me to have this opportunity. You go after the customers no one wants. Where is ATS? I'll tell you. Number 3, you get a whole lot of money doing that, Law. Everybody hear me? You build a whole lot of money. You pile up hand on fist. Whole lot of money. You understand? You get a whole lot of money getting with the customers no one wanted. And you create that following. You also, in step 2 and step 3, create a system that can change faster than big companies. All right, everybody stop. Everybody stop. Pay attention. I can feel you. Go ahead, Dion.
Repeat that for me one more time. You said with the customers no one wanted and create a system that can change as
faster
fast.
Okay. Than anybody else. We can move faster than John Maxwell, for instance. He's bigger, right? And more established, all sorts of people. I can make a change. I can say right now in this meeting, effective immediately, this thing is permanently changed. There's no board, right? I'm not answering nobody. You can't really argue. This is the change. It came from the customer's feedback. We're doing it. And everyone's going to say, okay, well, let's roll. You cannot do that at Chase Bank. Do you get what I'm saying? You can't do that. I was going to say Toys R Us, but you can't do nothing at Toys R Us. They got one store left, though. But I think you get the point. When you're small, we'll just say small, when you're innovative and have a smaller market, then what happens is you can move nimbly. That means I get to change with the COVID crisis. My competitors cannot. Remember that. The number 3, just repeat, is you get a whole bunch of money while you're doing that. Why is that important? Here's the thing in there. You ready, Law? This is the thing. Those people who no one else wanted, who become loyal to you, will deal with all your screw-ups. Do you understand? The people that you target in number 2, they have no problem getting buying your prototype or being the prototype. I need you to hear me. Those are customers. How can you have a perfect system if you don't find people that let you be imperfect? Am I making some sense, Deanna? I see your face. It's making. You understand? Remember, Amazon was Amazon Books. Netflix was mail-in DVD.
I forgot about the books part.
Yeah. You have to remember that. You have to remember that. Cool. Now, step 4. Let me just repeat real quick to give everybody comprehension here. You invent something new. You go after a bunch of laws and Phils and Susans. Okay. So the customer no one wants, what does that mean? That means that here was you being a good customer with someone who did not appreciate customers like you. You weren't their target audience. You were their low-hanging fruit. Help me, somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like you were their low-hanging fruit, and you always knew it. And you've been looking for someone that would make you their target audience. Yo, I might as well be giving you an MBA right now. Because you could take all MBA classes and never get this one I'm talking about. Someone just messaged me. You just validated my way of customer selection, the way I chose blank. Okay, someone just messaged me that. Now, that's the understanding. I'm not done. I'm just trying to get this understanding. We've got to get into some feedback. When you have this understanding, when you know that I'm going to go after customers that no one wants, it protects you. Because you're in a market that your competitors look at you and say, oh, they're nothing. If you start your business right now and you go after the competitors market, you're out of business. You can't compete with someone with more cash than you. He who has the most money to get a customer wins. Now you get as much cash. In that step 3, you're getting so much cash that you can be competitive. Step 4, Deanna. Once you have so much cash, you go after their customers. That's exactly what Blockbuster did. Excuse me, Netflix did, didn't they? Exactly what Amazon did. Exactly what Tesla did. Tesla. Oh, Elon Musk is stupid. If you just Google all the bad press from Tesla, then I was too late. Now he has the power to make stupid tweets on I'm gonna call them stupid. He has power to make stupid tweets on Twitter and then literally say, you know what, California, I'm gone. If you haven't read, Tesla's new headquarters would be in Vegas and Texas. Vegas and Texas, I believe. You a bad company, and bad, I mean good. You a fantastic company when you can tell a governor, you know what, we're done. We're moving. Go ahead, Phil.
You know why Rockefeller Center is in New York City as opposed to Cleveland, Ohio? Because that's where they originally were. The state of Ohio, in its ultimate wisdom, created an estate tax. And the only person in the state that actually qualified for it was John D. Rockefeller. So he moved the whole company from Cleveland, Ohio, and put it in New York City. And that's why Rockefeller Center is in New York City and not in Cleveland, Ohio.
That makes sense.
By the way, you can also have too much money. I can name a number of businesses that in the .com boom and in the restaurant boom, that they had too much money, and therefore they didn't make their decisions based on financial models. They made their decisions just because they felt, let's throw money at it and see what happens.
That's right. And actually, you bring up a very good point. So when I told y'all get enough money, let me change that to get enough profit. I think you can see your profit dwindle before you can see your money dwindle. Those are two different things. Because you could be sitting on a $500 billion endowment, or no, $50 billion endowment, Harvard. But I promise you, if someone's looking at their books, they're seeing their profit dwindle. They're saying their profit dwindled, but the money is still there. So good stuff, Phil. Good stuff. After you go after their customers, this is where you have to be more lion than what you would want to be. You put them out of business. That's step 5. They don't deserve to be in business. If they slept on you, if they didn't treat Susan like you will, if their customers are coming to you because you treat them better, have a superior product, if they did not innovate, if they had meetings on top of meetings and did nothing, they don't deserve to be in business. That's not your fault. Their business practices have nothing to do with why you put them out of business. They had everything to do with why you put them out of business. You either buy them, make them your customer, or make them a teaching class in the ATS Business University in college. That's it. Those are your 5 steps. That's what I'm doing. Now, the question is, where is ATS between steps 2 and 3? This is the brilliance of us. I'm not going after nobody's customers right now. All I'm doing is getting the customers no one wants and making a whole lot of money doing it. I haven't crossed this company over to step 3. Do you understand? We're not completely in step 3 and we ain't nowhere near in step 4. Go ahead, Phil.
And truly making a difference in the people's lives that nobody else wants.
Amen. Amen to that. So now, so I get feedback all the time. It's all perfect. Do you understand? And I adjust to just about all of it. But I understand that people who don't understand where I'm at and what I'm doing are always going to look at big companies and give feedback compared to that. Get what I'm saying? Here's the beautiful thing about that. It teaches me 2 things, most notably. It teaches a lot. It teaches me what my customers is thinking. You understand? And it also teaches me how to get more people like them. Because eventually I'm going to need them. Just not now. In step 4, I'm going to go get them. So all that feedback does, listen, please. In most cases, someone is not going to be able to verbalize what I just did. So in most cases, when you get feedback, it is people telling you how to do step 4. What's step 4? Read it, Deanna. What's step 4?
Once you have so much cash, you go after their customers.
And of course, there is the big established companies, right? So every single thing every brilliant thing, and I'll give him, say his name, give him credit, that Jerry sent us some feedback, because it's all brilliant, is teaching me how to go dominate step 4. Does everyone understand that?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't understand that, let me say it this way. Or maybe you do understand that, but you haven't caught this here. Y'all, I would never in my life build a company that Zoom is the main product. That doesn't even make sense. When you think about who I am, I would never do that in my life. This is my version of mail-in DVDs, no late fees. The ATS company right now is where Netflix was when they were mailing in DVDs. Now, let's pause. I just told you secrets I shouldn't even told you. This is extremely valuable. Where's Steve? Steve, okay, there goes Steve. I know Steve be feeling me. This is extremely valuable. I just told you, in all the success we got, we just mailing out DVDs, Law. We ain't no streaming service yet. You get it? We not Netflix as you know it yet. You know what I'm saying? We just mail out DVDs. We the little company with the little commercial that people go, oh, okay, that's those people. With the weird people, right? With the weird people that do the weird things. You know, the fat guy on the couch. You know, the mom is too busy. No, shit, this is how people view Netflix. It's the truth. It's the truth. They even played it to that. If you go look at Netflix original commercials, they got weird people doing weird things on it. That's us. We're the weird people doing weird things. We're in step 2.5. All feedback comes typically, not all, but typically, because some people, well, it doesn't matter. It's just teaching me how to do step 4. So I'm going to read some feedback. I want every last one of you to receive all this feedback is perfect. Get it? Not only is it perfect, it's written as gently as possible. But again, Phil and Susan don't hang around people who wouldn't do something like that anyway. You know, who would do the opposite anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's written as gently as possible. But you need to get, this is teaching us how to do step 4 and apply it in step 2.5. Now, there's some valuable lessons I learned here. Please know I'm not just talking. I could have just read the feedback, but then you would have just got the feedback and what you would have did was you would have responded in your mindset. That doesn't really help you. You want to respond in a different mindset. You understand what I'm saying? Like I don't just read your feedback. That doesn't mean anything. Now you have a model for this feedback. We're a disruptive company. Steve, I could put any company in the UK out of business. Anyone. Right now, there's not a company that any of you know that could put me out of business because we have too much profit. It costs me at the most 14 cents to get a customer. On average, it costs me 3 cents to get a customer. You cannot put me out of business because my customer acquisition cost is too low. We give out too much free products. Steve is a customer. Thank you, Steve. I don't remember advertising Steve. I advertise people like Steve. You understand what I'm saying? But that content was free. And that content did the job. Somebody learned something. I saw you, Law. I saw your eyes. I saw the smoke come off your head. Like, ooh, this book finna be bestseller smoke come off your head. I saw it.
You have no idea about this book. Oh.
Yeah, so you figure out how to get people to buy your book for free. That's what you figure out. You figure that out, and you'll be good. Let me check this text message out. Just sent me. Oh, no problem. All right. So Deanna's losing connection in her area. She's a block away from me, so I might start losing. Now, we all got this. Phil, should I read I really just want to read the don't feedback. Should I read the do's and the don't or the don't?
Yeah, I think, and by the way, we did the model of what should we continue to do and why, what should we stop doing and why, and what should we start doing and why. And the psychology behind that is what should we continue to do is positive. What she would stop, some people could interpret that as negative, and then what she would start is positive. So it's a shit sandwich.
Yeah, makes sense.
But I just did that for effect. I didn't offend anybody. I'm sorry. I was trying to be funny. No, I think you need to go in those orders because it's
okay.
There for a reason, and it's part of the psychology behind giving this kind of feedback.
Well, no, and then what I'll do is I'll share my screens. You just basically told me to share my screen. Let me see which one. There it is. Yeah. So you just basically tell me to share my screen. So y'all can see this, right? All right, here we go. Now, continue to do and why. Continue your passion and energy for education, your audience. Why? It really shows through and develops your real connection with the student, puts them on the edge of their seat, wanting to know what's coming next. Stop doing it. Why? Stop using earbuds, these, when on calls on camera. Why? Leads to fumbling and repeating yourself, poor sound quality, and doesn't look professional. Now let's stop right there for a second. Now the good thing is so Deanna, tell them what I told you to do yesterday. Tell them what happened before I got this email.
During one of our calls last evening, we had some feedback issues. And before we pinpointed it to using the headphones, but now it happens during while having the headphones on as well. So what Antonio told me to do was, today I am ordering a standalone microphone for the host of that particular training, so that way he doesn't have to worry about the feedback anymore, and it has a nice professional look to it.
Right, and then what did I tell you about Phil and Susan? You remember?
Yes, I do remember. We will be shipping them one as well.
No, I said something right before that, though. See, I said something right before that. So you got to be everybody. You got to be.
You
attentive.
said that they have.
There you go. You get it. There you go. They have It was a device. Your son has one.
They use their iPad.
There you go. And I need.
Okay, you can't hear me. I'm sorry, my screen froze.
Oh, okay. Cool. They have.
You need to make sure
Mm-hmm.
that it will be compatible with their iPad.
That's right, because their iPad may not have a headphone jack. You get it? It may not have a headphone jack. So let's find out right now. Phil, does your iPad have a headphone jack?
Is that what I plug my earbuds into?
Yes, sir.
Then it does.
Okay, it doesn't. So then we can send same microphone out there. So the cool thing is, when I jumped on, and because Deanna had to text me and say, hey, we have some feedback issue, I need help muting the mics and stuff, right? And that's when I decided, let me just do that. So the good thing is, in the same area. Fantastic feedback. Remember, well, you don't need to remember. So let's keep going. Reshare my screen. Stop doing it. Why? Start using professional mic. Okay, so I just said this. And headphones, ear monitors, wire beds, lavalier mics. Why? Microphone easily stays in position, etc. So good stuff. We just covered that. Now, what you'll see coming soon is, remember, Zoom is not my main product. Do not forget that. There's tens of thousands of hours of 4K stuff. Well, it doesn't matter. I didn't want to say all that. But remember that. But you will see Zoom rooms coming real soon. I've already made them download the software stuff, because I'm looking forward to, because we all sit and teach when we would prefer to stand around a board and teach, and Zoom rooms would be better for that. With the board, right? The interactive board and all that stuff be much better for that. So Zoom rooms. It was actually Satish back in November that actually found that out for me. And then we've been planning for that ever since. So good job, Satish. Now, back to the screen. Continue to vary, diversify subject matter, relative areas, interests of your clients. Why? Allows you to test levels of customer interest and focus product development relative where interests are. Stop crafting such long presentation videos. Shorter is better. Keep promotion posts 1 to 30, 3 minutes max. Why? Keep their attention. Intense, come back for more, especially in this internet age. People are busy and have short attention span. Most will not stay attentive for hours. I'll come in on that in a second. Stop doing more preparation and scripted outline video presentations with more structure, be more authoritative. Why? They will keep each segment more concise and give more specific content and shorter and holds times and audience, etc. All right. So both 2 and 3. Let me keep it on the screen so you can see. This is what it is. All right. So here we go. Shorter is not better. We already have enough data on that. Although we have plenty of short. This is feedback. You have to, again, you have to know what you're doing. You have to know where you're going. You also have to, if y'all go in the system, there are tons of short classes in there now. There's tons of them. There's tons of them. This is one type of class. It's one type. And there's too many people that enjoy it for not. Is this feedback wrong? No. What is this feedback for? Read step 4, Deanna. Read step 4.
Step 4 is once you have so much cash, you go after their customers, which
All
are
right.
the ones who didn't want.
You finna read it again. Give me a second. Start doing more preparation scripted. I'm not even sure everybody, there's always a script here. We just let the conversations go, but that's this type of thing, not all of them. Let's Talk Tuesday, extremely scripted, you know, all sorts of stuff like that. Now, read step 4 again, Deanna.
Once you have so much cash, you go after their customers.
All this is the most beautiful, harmonious, sweet smelling way to go get him and his people, right? Or people he would attract to get in step 4. Everybody see it? Now, do you wait to step 4 to do this? Absolutely not. Because if you wait until you're there to do it, then you're already out of business. Everybody got me? Got me? If you wait to step 4 to do it, then you're out of business. So you start this now. So we got plenty of that, but we got plenty more coming, right? But you start this now. Everybody understand? This, oh, how did I do that? I didn't know I could do that. I have no idea how I made a mark on the thing. Anyway, maybe if I hit command and say, no. All right, here we go. Oh, how did I do that? I wonder if I can get rid of that. Did y'all see that black mark?
With text.
Okay, I did something. All right, it's gone now. All right, here we go. Okay. Right here. Continue frequent social media posts with structure, calendaring for higher quality engagement, high activity. Why? Create social media. Create social environment that people are anxious in anticipation of what we'll see next. Maximize efforts in creating branding, get maximized benefit or organic paid promotions. Stop having 95% of the posts selling the business. Use more video and less static advertisement for this. Why? Audience will get bored of constant perceived sales. Will increase engagement by 400% and increasing conversion substantially. Start initiating more soft community posts. Designed to promote community attraction, spark interest. 80-20 rule applies here, et cetera, et cetera. Now, again, fantastic feedback. I'm not sure what he's seeing here, or where he's seeing this here from, but it's fantastic feedback. So that means then we just post more none stuff, even though that's what we're already doing. You get what I'm saying? Now I have a huge plan for people who plant better. That group and other things, that movie night that Deanna suggested is coming, that we actually figured out how to do it. But the content, I'm trying to figure out how to make it super duper entertaining without piracy. You know, Steve, I don't feel like becoming $1 billion company and then getting sued for billions because I did a movie night and Universal Studios was like, "Hey, give us our money." You don't want to do that. you gotta be good. Now, here's a couple of things, Grace. Now, for one, you keep scheduling those posts. You understand? Keep scheduling those posts, but that's designed because there was supposed to be 6 videos coming from you, 6 videos coming from Reggie. 20-something videos coming from me. Get it? So he could have very well looked at on the thing, whatever, a couple of days in which that wasn't happening. You feel me? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anything like that. Or it could have been something else. Or it could be his perception. Or it could be facts. Either way, it's all perfect. Do you get what I'm saying? It is completely perfect. Now, I could tell all of you that I'm already posting more than I've ever posted. That ain't stopping. You understand? It ain't something. That is fit to get even worse. There's fit to be more videos, more posts, more this. And of course, with you, there is not a single post that we have on the internet that sells anything. Not one. Everything that we have on the internet is a free giveaway. We don't have a single post that sells anything. Not one. All we have is posts. Now, giveaways. So here's what I like most about that feedback. You ready, Deanna? This is for you. Does the copy come off salesy? That's what I like most about that. Because guess what? 100% facts is that it does. Because I got harvest from the feedback. You get what I'm saying? Like, let me show you. This exists, which means that's 100% harvest, right? Where's she at? I can't see her face. Let me scroll down. There you go.
I'm right here.
That's 100% harvest. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because it's letters on my screen right now. Do I get to deny this harvest?
No, you don't.
All right.
It's in black and white.
All right. Which means in black and white, we need to go review some of that copy. You feel
Got
me?
it. Yes, I do.
So what did I just do there, y'all? This ain't about your damn opinion. It ain't about your feelings either. Yes, ma'am.
So I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
As business owners, how do we get out of our emotions to, what's the word I'm looking for?
I already got your answer. I'm just letting you finish.
How do we get out of our emotions to be able to do what you're saying to do?
You want
Because
to be right or you want to be rich?
Gotcha.
How often I say that, Grace?
All the time.
You want to be right or you want to be rich? You get to decide. Go ahead, Deanna. Go ahead.
So straight to the point, what you are saying is listen to your customers.
You don't have a business if you don't. What you have is something that has an illusion of a business. In the next economic downturn, you will be out of business.
Thank you.
You give me a good teaching platform here. If your business doesn't listen to your customers, the next plague, next pandemic, next recession, or the next disruptive company, Humor Consultants is going to put you out of business because you're not listening to your customers and they listen to theirs. Just is what it is. If you don't listen to your customers, then you're absolutely 100% out of business. You just don't even know now. Steve is coming for your business. As nice as he is, he's listening to his customers. You're done for. You come through with a British accent or something, and everybody like accents. You come through, just everybody like that, you know. I got a Southern accent. I don't never know about it until I go somewhere up north law, and they say, you country.
Well, they said we have an accent too, and I don't hear it, so I don't know.
You act like a New Yorkian, even though that's not what y'all are, right? You act like a New Yorker. Y'all so extra. Oh my God.
That is not true.
That is so true.
We're
that
people on a mission.
Okay. The
You
mere
know
fact
what,
that
though?
you have a response tells me that you are so extra. What you been saying, Deanna?
There is an accent that some people have from New York, but Law actually does not have that accent.
I ain't trying to
I
hear
agree
all
with you. So every time that people say, oh,
that. I ain't
they don't
trying
know
to
where
hear
I'm from.
I ain't trying to hear all that. First off, you have a great voice. I can't wait for you to do some narrations for me. I can't wait. I can't wait at all. Man. You read your own audiobook. That's what you do.
That's exactly what.
For the ones who know safety isn't a catchphrase, it's a culture. And the ones who help make sure everyone makes it home safe. For the safety-minded who watch everyone's backs, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as safety assessments and training to keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Now more than ever, it's important for you and your family to enjoy the spaces you're in most often. Visit FergusonShowrooms.com to shop online or schedule a personalized consultation to meet with our experts at your local Ferguson Bath, Kitchen, and Lighting Gallery. Together, we'll help you make the most of home and create a space you'll love to live in. Get started on your project and discover extraordinary products like the Quartz Luxe Undermount Kitchen Sink from LK.
I'm going to do. That's already
Okay.
I'm defining that. So we're on the same page.
Good stuff. Go ahead, Phil.
You're looking forward to.
Looking forward to, yeah. Thank you. Looking forward. Keep doing it until it gets rewired in my auto suggestion. Keep doing it until it gets rewired in there. Now, all the feedback's perfect. Let me tell you what's most important here. Phil, how old is Jerry?
He's 10 years younger than me, so he's 58.
All right. 58. Well-respected. White man with scores of successes under his belt. Family man with a gamer. I'm not even sure if he's a millennial. He may be. I don't know. Millennial or the Generation Z. I don't know what 19 is. Son just told me how to reach more 58-year-old. You get it? You see it? That's the point. That's the point. You can't. You gotta. This is the crazy thing about. I don't know how. Well, I kind of know how I did, but I don't. There are more white people that follow me than black people. Okay. Now, no offense to anyone who's not white or black. These are just terms. I'm just throwing it out there. Okay. It's the truth. I joke all the time. The Dave Chappelle of business. If you ever seen Dave Chappelle comedy, if you look at the crowd, it's a bunch of white people. it's right. All he's doing is saying, "Hey, I'm screaming this way." Yeah, Generation Z. I thought it was Generation Z. He's in the same to the 19-year-old and my 11-year-old in the same generation. This is just super duper fantastic feedback. I got it saved. Phil, I started in the email. I copied and pasted in notes on my phone because I use my notes more than anywhere. And now hear me well, every last thing that was said. In fact, I don't even care about the keep doing stuff, but Deanna does. That's her job to care. She's operating officer. She got to keep going. I don't care about that. I care about the don'ts, but that's my job. That's how I think. It's my personality type. I care about the don'ts. And by care, I mean I'm happy about the don'ts. That's what I mean. Like I am super excited about those don'ts. Every last thing has already been changed, will be changed, etc. Grace, Reggie. First of all, fantastic video yesterday, Reggie. Fantastic video. More.
Appreciate it.
Ain't no doubt. More. This is what it is, right? More. As soon as you think you've done enough, more. That's just always going to be the case. Why? Because we're a winning company. We're a winning company. And more is always going to be the flavor of the day. If you want to be comfortable, go to a dead company. You know what to expect. You know you don't have to post content. You know in a dead company, no one has to post content. No one has to do customer feedback. Y'all understand what I'm saying? In a dying company, you get feedback, but you just don't pay attention to it. You say things like, I'll do that later. In a winning company, everything's uncomfortable. It's the whole thing, right? You think Wayne Gretzky didn't practice? Practice is quite uncomfortable. But he's Wayne Gretzky, the Michael Jordan of hockey, because he did the uncomfortable things. That's the way it works. Now, here's what's important here. First off, this is fantastic. A couple of things is important. You need to, do you have the fortitude? Sorry, I almost lost myself, Steve. Do you have the fortitude? Fix this thing behind me. Do you have the fortitude to listen? Oh, you heard I was getting ready to say, Grace. Do you have the fortitude to listen? I'm so glad I put that word about vocabulary. I'm so glad I put that word about vocabulary. To listen when Phil sends you an email about what somebody else done said. Can you handle that? Ooh, hold on. Let me fix my screen. There we go. Can you handle that? Can you handle when Phil sends you an email about what somebody else done said? If you got the Phil criticism, this would have been dead in the water a long time ago. How many of you can't stand to be criticized? And it's real slick. Some of y'all, you play it off like you say, how you do it, Deanna? It's Grace, both of y'all can't stand it. You before correction happens, you just reject. Just I got it. You don't ask for help. I got it, right? I got it.
Or you rush to give it. You rush to give an answer or response or a correction to it, so that the person correcting you or giving you the criticism will stop before they even start.
We call that muffling our voice. Ain't that right, Deanna? Look at it. You see that shame on her face? Look, you made Steve turn red. He feels bad for you. I say, Deanna, she be good. I say, Deanna, you muffling my voice again. And she know that means I hit her auto suggestion. And she's saying, hold on, be quiet. Don't correct me. That's what she says. That's what she said. So we've been working on that. But you know what's the most impressive thing about Jerry's feedback? I find two things most impressive. I'll go to them. They're equal to me and they're hidden. For one, Jerry gave it. And he gave objective feedback, as most objective as he possibly could. Although the very nature of feedback is subjective, he tried to be as objective as possible. You know what that says about the character of a person? A lot. That's a lot. That's a whole lot there. I basically know Jerry, period, because I can tell his intelligence level from the way he wrote. Love you, Law. I could tell by the way he, you can read someone's intellect. Writing tells me how smart you are. He is not somebody that brings problems. He brings solutions. He didn't say, here's a problem, here's a problem, here's a problem. He said, here's a problem. Also, here's what other people say about that problem. He used opposing viewpoints. And he says, here's what's objective about these solutions. As Phil said, shit sandwich, right? It's the truth. I think that's most notable. What I like the most about this, though, even though I say equally, what I like the most about it And this cuts both ways. This cuts both ways. Okay. What I like the most about this is Phil took initiative, had a sphere of influence of trust where he can ask someone to do something and they inconvenience themselves and do it. And then got the feedback, read it, and then shared it, and then trusted me not to be I need another word for D-head. You got to give me another word, Grace. I got fortitude, right? I need a word for, don't be a D. I need a word there.
Our daughter came up with the term poopy totter.
Poopy totter.
Which is 3 years old for motherfucker.
You poopy totter. Yeah, exactly. So don't be a poopy totter. Henceforth, that is a name in the ATS company. That is culture. Culture. Man, Phil just, and that's not to say I don't know how much Susan had involved in it. I'm just came from Phil. Phil brought fantastic feedback. Forget initiative. That's when you feel. Let me just say it the way I want to say it. Are you creating an environment in which the feels in your environment have a strong sense of ownership? Because only an owner would have done that. That's what I find most impressive. Am I teaching somebody something? I sure hope I am, because I'm really trying to. Like, I am intentionally trying to teach something. I am intentionally trying to do this here. This is with great intent. Great intent. Let me let Phil free talk. Oh, hold on. Well, we get Catherine first. Go ahead, Catherine.
Go ahead. Daniel Pink, in his very famous book, Drive, I think it was published 10 years ago, but it's still so relevant. He then sort of discovered what motivates people. And according to research, it's 3 people if you want an employee, a team member to work excellently. 3 things according to psychology: autonomy, mastery, and purpose. And autonomy is what you said, it's ownership, feeling this sense of dignity and dignity and what, like, dignity, that I can do things in my own way as long as the result will be delivered. So not to be micromanaged. This idea that I can be autonomous, it's very big. So this is very relevant, right? Because it's ownership. It's synonym with autonomy.
No doubt. No doubt. You just put another book on my book list too. I have a running, I might show it to y'all. Let me see if I can show it to y'all. I have wait a minute. Not there. Okay, right there. Give me a second. I want y'all to see. I had on my notes, Grace, I had a note open with all the passwords of the company. You probably didn't want me to share the screen right there. Book list. If I search book list, I actually have a note called, well, books to write, that's me. But I have a note in here called book list. I started doing this in 2012. And every time someone smart like Catherine names a book, I write it on my list. I actually have categories for it. So when she just said Drive, I call a book like that a worldview changer. So I'm going to put Drive. What was the name of that author?
Daniel Pink.
Daniel. Think like this? Like
no, a pink, like pink, like
Color.
pink.
Oh, pink.
Power, yeah.
Yeah. Got you. All right. See that?
By the way, he's incredibly famous, and he wrote before the Drive or before Drive. He wrote this book, A Whole New World. Oh, A Whole New Mind? No, A Whole New Mind. Sorry, A Whole New Mind. You know it, right? So he said that we live in the conceptual age. It's also what you like, big things, big picture. Yep. So, and in this new conceptual age, we will need these few things. And among those, meaning. like meaning,
Mhm.
harmony. Like literally, it's almost revolutionary, saying that we will need to use our brain in ways that we never did for centuries. It's like not just being taught a skill that is biology or math, but is literally our brain will need to be engaged to the limits, but the first we will need to have a skill, which is meaning, which is like making sense of your life and seeking meaning, not just like our grandparents, having a transactional attitude to
Yeah.
jobs. It's amazingly relevant, all these concepts to our age.
Good stuff. Nah, good stuff. I wrote down that second book too. So good stuff. Outstanding. Phil, free talk. You got it as long as you want about everything that happened, your opinion, all that stuff, whatever you want to say, you got it, because this is perfect time for you.
First of all, we treat all of our clients as if we were owners of their companies.
Amen.
And we treat all individuals as if we were them. So we want to fulfill their needs and their goals and their desires. I've mentioned distinctionnation.com before, Scott McCain, and he's got an assessment that you can take. It's called Personal Priority Quiz. And you take this assessment and it lists your priorities. These are in order. My first one is individualization. My second one is enlightenment. My third one is altruism. My fourth one is economics. My fifth one is power. And my last is structure. So if anybody knows me, those are pretty right on. And that gives you where your priorities lie, so you can be in alignment with your priorities. But I didn't give Jerry much free. I just told Jerry, from what he's experienced so far with the ATS team of companies, I just wanted to just his perception. And I had very, very, very little feedback in the final document. It all came from Jerry. So he's an amazing young man. Young is young. I met him a year out of high school. You know the story, right? Remember the story? I spoke for a high school in Troy, Ohio, and this girl comes up and he says, "You remind me of my fiance." I go, "Really?" I go, "Well, where is he?" She said, "Well, he works at the Chevy dealership." I said, "Oh, okay." So I go to the Chevy dealership and I go, "Is Jerry Potter here?" They go, "That's him over there." So I go up and I said, "Hi, Jerry, I just met your fiance." He went, "Fiance?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "I don't have a fiance." So I gave him a very valuable piece of information at a time of his life when he's happy that he got it. We just became good buddies ever since then. And he was around when we co-founded Humor Consultants.
That's awesome.
And then he met this beautiful sister and fell in love with her and moved to Vegas.
Smart man. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Good stuff.
Looking forward to get all four of us on the phone together. That'll be fun. That'll be a fun call.
Yeah, make it happen sometime, Deanna. Early, late, I don't know. It's up to you. He's 2 hours behind us, two.
2 behind you, 3 behind us.
Yeah, so that actually works.
Yeah.
Yeah, because anyway. Yeah, we'll make it work.
One final thing. You have just elevated yourself, at least in my humble mind, of a true leader, entrepreneur, person, how you responded to that feedback. I thought for a while, I said, well, should I wait and give it to him? Should I just send it? Should I this, should I that? And I'm going, just send it to him and see what happens. And you responded much better than I even thought you would. So congratulations.
Appreciate you, man.
Really impressed me. You really, really did. That's most people don't react that way. And that just shows your maturity and your commitment to wanting this group to be successful no matter what. So your ego isn't involved in this, which makes me feel even more comfortable to be part of the team.
Amen. I appreciate you. I appreciate you very much. So the last thing I'll say, first off, let me address that even more. I worked hard on killing my ego. And I got to do it every day, Steve. Every day I get up and I have to say, die, fool. Every single day. But I must I have no choice here. Well, I always have a choice. That's what Phil's gonna say. I feel strongly compelled to bring up Joel Osteen. If it wasn't for working 2 years under Joel Osteen, I would not have been able to receive that comment twice. There's two ways to receive something. For one, it wouldn't have happened. So that's first part of receiving. And then I would have been like, get that away, right? You know how y'all do stuff? Grace, you did a good job. Nah, man, Grace, that's a good dress. This old thing, right? So I said, no, appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah. So there's two ways to receive. You get it, and then how you get it is a whole different thing, right? How you get it is a whole different thing. Everything's perfect, and you know, in my experience, thank God for Joel Osteen, right? In my experience, I am very grateful for his character. Is a really, 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 really big deal at Lakewood. Really big deal. Really big deal. But you know, all organizations take on the character traits of the leader. That's just what it is. Let me repeat these 5 steps for you. I'm going to do it from memory because I've got to memorize. So I may not say the exact thing, Deanna. Repost them in chat, Deanna, so they can follow along. Copy and paste these, y'all. I got us in 2.5-ish. That's not even the work that's happening. Oh, I appreciate your claps too, Satish. I saw them. Thank you. That's not even work that's happening in India. India is thriving right now, and it's crazy. And what I need to do is I need to fill everybody in on it, but I'm kind of letting Satish do his thing. Oh, Satish, do me a favor. Put your camera on for me, well, if you can, or unmute, whatever it is. Because I saw you posted something today, and I stay out of it, but I meant to say something.
Yes, sir. I'm here.
All right. So you're getting with someone about that large payment. Now, they called me and was like, "Oh my God, I'm trying. I tried 5 times, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera." Right. So that's all a go, and that's all straight. I need you to continue. That I gave instructions to go back. I'm sure you already have. I stay out of it. I stay completely out of it because I don't need to, because we already won. Now, but hold on for a second. I know they're needing an IFC number or something. There's something that the bank.
Yes,
right. So
I have already given it that information.
All right, so you're all on top of it then. You're all on top of it. I was supposed to tell you this 4 days ago. So I'm telling you on time today, 4 days late. I'm on time 4 days late. I'm on time 4 days late. So good stuff. All right. It's funny sending large payments internationally. It's funny. One more thing, Satish. One more thing.
Yes, sir.
Where our extremely large payments come from, that place is on Indian-like lockdown. You should know that.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
All right. It has just been extended for another 3 months.
Wow.
As of yesterday. Right? That's a big deal. That is going to cause some sort of disruption. There's no doubt about it. The same way I have to respect that the software may be delayed because of lockdown is the same way I have to respect that like you can't even walk into the banks. They make you stand outside. So you stand outside for an hour to do a wired transaction.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
I got that update from them.
Okay, good. Yeah. Good. Well, I'm telling you, I'm saying it out loud for other people, but also, screw anybody who doesn't understand that. And they can call me directly and I would tell them that to their face. This is what it is, right? Yeah, don't make me respect your lockdown, but not respect mine. And when we got the most deaths in the world, come on, right? That's asshole stuff. It's ridiculous. But go ahead though.
I'm holding the fort on both the sides, so it's all good.
I already know. Yeah, I already know. I know if they got to come to me, It is. I already had someone come to me yesterday. I had Deanna blood. Oh, she felt so bad. Did you feel bad, Deanna? Phil called me right in the middle of me going off on somebody.
I felt bad until I did what you always tell me to do and actively listen. And then I was kind of like,
They about to make me pull out the deal, and I don't need them. They need me. So it just is what it is. Right? It just is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, these 5 steps, you invent a new technology. You got to invent, well, you don't have to, but, it's best. Oh, go ahead, Phil.
All communication is either an expression of love or a cry for help.
No doubt. No doubt. Well, they're definitely crying for help, because that ain't love. That's for sure. They're definitely crying for help. It's just stupid. It just doesn't make any sense. Anyway, now invent a new technology. So Steve, find a new way to do something that you're doing. Then you have options. You either, someone like me is going to buy you so you don't put me out of business. That's why Amazon bought, not Amazon. Well, that's why Amazon buys everything. But that's why Facebook bought Instagram. Instagram was a major threat to Facebook. A major threat. That's why Facebook bought Instagram. Vine was a major threat to Twitter. Vine was doing 6-second videos. Twitter was doing 1-minute videos, right? It's a major threat. It's a major threat. It had too much attention, a major threat. You want to just make sure, be in tune with you. Know that where your company is. I know that Phil and Jerry prepared me more for step 4. Last thing I'll say, this is on some up there stuff. I'm gonna put my hand off the screen. It's up there. When you have a dream, you're gonna have to accept that dream is real or not. That's up to you. Just write this down. This is very important. It's more important than anything I've said. So put it in the chat, somebody. When you have a dream, you must. Oh, thank you, Deanna. Right there, if you want, ladies and gentlemen, please, to Conquer the Crisis Summit 4.0 is in chat now. Free ticket. Go ahead and get that. Same celebrities plus more. Serena will be back this time. Serena Brown Travis will be back. The youngest daughter of Les Brown, CEO of Les Brown Legacy Side. Now, let me teach you something that I'm willing to die for. Everything else I taught you, I'm not willing to die for. It's just, take that lesson and enhance the quality of your life. What I'm getting ready to teach you, I'm willing to die for. I am willing that if I was to die today, I would be very proud that I said what I'm getting ready to tell you right now, and I can sleep easy. Satish, if you're going to dream, you have an option. You have an option. You believe in that dream or you do not. Do you understand? It's that simple.
Yes, sir.
Now, if you're going to believe in the dream, or if you don't believe in the dream, then there it is. Option's over. If you do believe in a dream, now you have another option. You believe that you can have that dream and you relax. Or you don't believe you can have that dream and you don't relax. Once that happens, you got another option. If you don't relax, then option's over. If you do relax, then you wind up into the only option that makes sense. You receive that everything that comes into your reality from that point was meant to serve you to get to that dream, including Jerry's feedback. That's why I brought that up. If you are going to have a dream and believe that dream is yours, then everything that happens in your life henceforth is perfect. It was only there to step you up to a different level of awareness, to get in vibrational concordance with that dream. So let me scare the hell out of you. If I ever push back on Jerry's feedback or any of it, I just forfeited my dream, Steve. Now, how does that scare the hell out of you? Because how many times have you done that? Some of y'all dreams aren't here, not because you don't have the brains and talent. It's because the universe sent you the perfect feedback. And you said, I don't want it. And then the universe said, well, you're not open enough to receive your dreams either. Resistance, rejection. The side effect of rejection of the universe is disease. Period. Everything that comes into your life. Remember, this is what I said, Steve. I said, if I'm this, I'm willing to die for this. This is what I'm, this here, yes. Everything that happens today. Everything, every bad thing that you call bad, every good thing that you call good, every inconvenient thing, it's all there to serve you. Satish, I got a feeling you need to hear this.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Got it. Thank you.
It's all there to serve you. Every lockdown, every stay-at-home order, every inconvenience, it's all there to serve you. Carol said dis-ease. Split up the words. She's right. So that's what I wanted to stress to you at the very end. Thank you, Phil, for saying I handled it even more than your expectations, because I know you have very high expectations of me, or high opinion, excuse me. And y'all just don't stop rejecting stuff. Every time you reject, you're killing your dreams. You're literally saying, if you say, I'm not open to this feedback, you just also told the universe, because it knows no difference, I'm not open to my dreams. All right. I'll push it one more time, Steve. One more time, because I felt resistance. Go ahead, Deanna. I felt it. When I said that, I felt it.
How do you know when the feedback is actually for your benefit?
Most excellent question. You have to, let's go back to the beginning. When I said, so I left something unexplained that I assumed everyone would assume. It's my fault. Repeat your question real quick so everyone could have that question and not the last thing I just said.
When do you know when the feedback is actually beneficial for you?
When in the first step, you decide there is a dream world. There is something out there. That's when you know. Why? Because you have to know that Source You, or your God, or the Holy Spirit, or however you want to verbalize that, is all over your dreams and will never, ever, ever introduce something to you that hurts you. Wait. Keep it, because I'm going to get Satish next. Listen to me, y'all. When you accept that you have a dream, you're going to get that dream. You got to trust God so much that God is never, ever, ever, ever going to send you something that takes you away from what you're trying to do. So the answer to your question is, Deanna, all of it benefits you. It can never not benefit you, because that ain't God. No, unmute your mic. And unmute your mic. Say your thoughts and ask your question. I get to teach. I'm trying to bless you.
So I've learned from you, and just from you, personal experience, listening to others talk, when you go after your dreams, not everybody is for you. So do you qualify who the feedback is coming from before you receive, or is that a part of me saying,
It's another
I
fair
don't want
question.
this, so I'm gonna forfeit, or are you forfeiting?
You don't need to qualify. When you are in tune with your dream, your you, source, God. Yesterday I told Phil something. Phil said, "Hey, we're going to do something uncomfortable." I was like, "Well, I don't care. I'm connected to source." He said, "Me too." And that conversation was over. You understand what I'm saying? I'm dead serious. That literally happened. And that conversation was over. And we both understood that anything that happened next was going to be no ego, just straight source. Oh, I don't care, man. I'm connected to source. He said, "Me too." We had a full 500 century conversation with 2 sentences. Did you understand what I'm saying? Like with two, like all these life cycles in 2 sentences. Everything is meant for your good. You don't have to qualify. Here's why. Because once Steve goes into the dream world and Steve knows that there's something, it doesn't matter what you call it, Steve. You understand what I'm saying? That's up to you. I'm not against what you call it. But that thing loves you so much. There's no way in the world that you have to qualify anything, because all that thing is going to do is go out and find the appropriate characters of your life and staff you with them. You understand? I didn't fulfill Susan. I needed in Susan without even knowing I did. But love me, the big me out there, you can't do this without them, and they can't do it without you. It has nothing to do with what we can't do. You've decided it's this. This is the fastest, quickest, most harmonious way for you to ascend in this lifetime is these people. And you don't even have to fight for that. You don't have to qualify that. And anytime you put something around them that doesn't will fade themselves if you stay in the dream, in alignment with that dream. You get what I'm saying? How do I know this? I'm always tell you I don't know. But let's just done this. Mess this thing up far more than most people, and that would be a good solid answer. Phil put in chat, "A dream goes on forever." Todd Rundgren. I think that was a song. Ain't that a song, Phil? Is that a book? I remember you said the name before.
That's a song.
That's a song. Okay, yeah, okay. Good.
Recommended highly.
Yes.
A million toy soldiers have fade away, but a dream moves on forever.
Man, I remember you made me listen to that song. Satish, you were ready to say something? I felt the energy.
I made you listen to Just One Victory.
Oh, okay. Let me go.
Which Todd Rundgren is going to take Joe Walsh and Daryl Hall and redo the song and make it available for all the Democratic candidates this fall, so they can use it within their rallies.
Good stuff.
So you'll be hearing Just One Victory a lot this fall.
Good stuff. Can't wait. Nope, looking forward. See? Satish, you had some power coming off of you. I felt it.
Yes, sir. This morning, Indian time, we had ATS India daily call, and the topic was, how do you know you're in the right direction of your growth? That was the topic we discussed. And we always can come to conclusion that we were in the right direction by looking backwards and connecting the dots. But how do we know that we are in the right direction? So we got to believe in our intuition and develop our mindset. So belief mindset can help your conscious mind to start believing, and it in turn helps your subconscious mind and your unconscious mind. That's how you get into the journey of your trend line, looking backwards and moving forward. So I also said, whatever happened yesterday, it is part of history. We can never change it. The only thing we can change is the upcoming history, what we are writing.
Y'all, thank you, Satish, for what you're doing, because I can feel the energy on what you're doing. I'm willing to die for what I just told you. That I only do what I'm willing to die for. I don't live any other way. I don't live any other way. If I'm not willing to die for it, I won't do it. If I'm not willing to cut off all the bridges, burn all of this, I'm not willing to do it. I'm willing to die for this company. I'm willing to die for you. This is just what it is. So if you feel you follow me for some reason, it's because of that. And somehow you and I interconnected in a powerful way that we decided to be great at. I want to stress to you in the most emphatic and positive way possible. Relax. Yeah, just laughing. Just relax. It's done.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It's done. Steve, you're already a multimillionaire. It's done. It's done. None of you are unemployed. I don't know why that just hit me so hard. Yeah. Unmute your mic. I want it. I want it. Nope. Unmute your mic, private messenger. Nope. Give it to me. Steve, we finna go get it, Steve. Give it to me. Unmute it. You know what? There you go. Give me them damn tears. I want them.
I don't know. Like I say it all the time. Just relax. And I don't know, when you said it, I was doing something else. And those words, whatever I was doing, those went, I don't know why it just hit me so hard. That's why I laughed, and then it just kind of just, whoosh, when you just said, just relax.
You just named my class, the name of this video. Go ahead, Phil.
Can you hear this?
Yep.
Standing here, I got nothing to say. All this silent within my but a dream lives on forever. Days and years over speaking by, but the time is stopping by. You're higher every day, and you find out acceptance. Get those who get me through the sea. Over life's biggest tragedy. So long ago, so far away, but my dream is on forever. I guess I believe that I'll see you one day, or without a chance, story.
That's good. You make me want to listen. So I just pulled it up. I want to listen to that, Phil. And as soon as we hang up, I want to listen to that. That's it right there, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all get ready. I think that's a perfect way to end the class. Well, it's not even class, to end the meeting. Thank you very much, Phil. I'm going to listen to that as soon as we disconnect. Y'all, relax. Steve, you already got it, brother. I'm looking forward to you introducing. You drink beer, Steve? Yes, outstanding. I have never had beer in the UK. Never. And I just, it's, do you want me to live my life that way? Really? Do you really want me to live my life without having UK beer? So we're going to do plenty of that pretty soon. Ladies and gentlemen, be awesome, relax. Antonio T. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Carol. Almost missed you.
So I just wanted to say we need to develop a song for the campaign to greatness.
Fair enough. Satish says he's coming too. You sound like Grace now, Satish. Not leave me behind. I'm coming too. Yes. Campaign for greatness. Love you more, Phil. Antonio T. Smith Jr., you can plan better. You can dominate. Thank you, everybody. Love everybody. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here.
Epicor is the essential partner to the world's most essential businesses, offering ERP solutions built for growth and operational success. Explore the industry productivity solutions we curate for the automotive, building supply, distribution, manufacturing, and retail industries by visiting epicor.com/essential. That's EPICOR.com/essential.
Now more than ever, it's important for you and your family to enjoy the spaces you're in most often. Visit FergusonShowrooms.com to shop online or schedule a personalized consultation to meet with our experts at your local Ferguson Bath, Kitchen, and Lighting Gallery. Together, we'll help you make the most of home and create a space you'll love to live in. Get started on your project and discover extraordinary products like the Quartz Luxe Undermount Kitchen Sink from LK.